Okay, so we're going to the Illumination Academy. Help you? What's up with you? Sapiarch.
To be attacked in our own college. I always thought this was the safest place in the world. How will I ever feel secure enough to lose myself in my books and research again?
Listen, Sapiarch, you're alive. Just keep doing what you normally do and everything will be fine.
That is a rather simplistic view of a complex problem. But I guess I do feel a little bit better now. I'm not sure I'll ever forget when that cultist killed Grenadil, though. To be attacked. That is a rather simplistic view of a complex problem. But I guess I do feel Grenadil stepped in front of Sapiarch Larnatil, trying to protect her. She always was braver than she was sensible. She had barely begun to cast a spell when the cultist gestured, and she collapsed. She was dead before she hit the ground. It was all so sudden.
Hey. Oh.
To be attacked in our... That is a... Grenadil stepped in front of... It was all so sudden and chaotic. One moment everything was serene and quiet as usual. I was organizing the college's collection of cookbooks and recipe tomes. Next thing I know, people are screaming. I ran to find Sapiarch Larnatil.
Do you know why? The Daedra attacked the college.
The cultist demanded that we give him the diamond keys to the crystal-like law.
Oh boy.
Which you probably know as the Crystal Tower. The Sapiarch of Arcanology refused, of course. That's when the Daedric-worshipping scum killed Grenadil.
Alright, I guess we're headed there. Here. Escape. Get down. Stairs. Ooh. That's very beautiful. Very beautiful. Beautiful. Oh, just look at that water, man. It's just like, oh. Snapshot, screenshot that, John. Whoa. Like to. Yeah. Better go to the Illumination Academy. Here first. Not here. Here we go. Oh, it's part of the murder. Let's quickly do that then. In Lilindra. Well, since I'm here, I'll talk to them. Progress multiple steps at once. The Fighters Guild. Oh, these houses look just so generic. They all look the same. I wish they were a bit more big, obviously.
I don't have anything to say to you or anyone else. Please, go.
Emil, I'm here to talk to you about Haladin's murder. Did you really kill him?
Yes.
Vivian believes you're innocent. She says you would never kill him.
She's wrong.
Not much of a diction person. I've decided to investigate Haladin's murder. You need to tell me what happened.
What? No, no. They already did an investigation. I murdered Haladon. It was me. Why are you inserting yourself into matters that don't concern you? I murdered a Sapiarch. I accept responsibility and my punishment. Go away. I don't want your help.
Ugh.
You there? Why are you interrogating Emil?
One day.
I am Kalawende, Chief Diplomat of the Mages Guild. I apologize for my tone. This has been a trying time. The Sapiarchs consider this matter closed, you know. What are you doing exactly? Who sent you? Our interests may align.
Well, Vivian asked me to speak to Emil. She believes he didn't murder Howard. So I don't know what you think.
Vivian, look, I've uncovered something odd as well. The Sapiarchs have made it very difficult for me to intervene directly. Perhaps you can help. Emil met a shady merchant named Galador prior to the murder. That's very out of character for him.
What sort of dealings did Emil have with Galador?
That's what I came here to find out. But it seems Emil doesn't want to talk. Galador has deep connections to Lilandril's smugglers and thieves. If you learn what Emil purchased from Galador, we might gain some insight into Haladan's murder.
Alright, I can look into this business.
Galador stores his... Goodness knows what time. No one will accost you while you investigate. Just be careful. It cannot become known the Mages Guild is investigating this matter after the Sapiarchs forbid it.
What can you tell me about Vivian?
She is tenacious. She often volunteers to help others. You won't find a more zealous advocate for the Mages Guild's goals and mission. In truth, I've never had a greater pupil, aside from Emil, of course.
How is Emil more talented?
In my experience, people use talent as an excuse for idleness and lack of effort. Emil and Vivian both enjoy great natural ability, but Emil's focus on restoration magic indicates purer motives. He also works harder than anyone I know.
Why haven't you looked into this matter yourself?
Truthfully, I'd love to. But as a diplomat, I don't have that luxury. The Sapiarchs consider the matter settled, and officially our Mages Guild has accepted their ruling. I have a duty to preserve our relations with the Sapiarchs.
Paladin's murder has Paladin's murder has caused tension between the Mages Guild and the Sapiarchs.
It's exacerbated tensions that already exist. You're a high elf. You know how stodgy and inflexible our people can be. The Sapiarchs see this murder as evidence of guild negligence. Our members resent it, so we're caught in a downward spiral.
Is there anyone else who might shed light on?
Yes, the guard who found Emil, Mileron. The Sapiarchs classified him as a Ryzen, a critical witness. Anyone with close ties to Emil is forbidden to speak with him, but not you. I'll find out where they've hidden Mileron. You look into Galador.
Okay, Galador it is. Am I stuck in a side quest? This is murder in Lilandra. Oh, it is murder in Lilandra. It should all take place in the city of Lilandra. This should... Alright. Any way. There's a lot of ways. Names ending in way, W-way, Nimway, Merlin, Arthur.
He knew war was the only way to stop the plague at hand. So he called for aid all throughout the land. Oh, Sirabane, oh, Sirabane, ye myrrh of godly fate. Oh, Sirabane, oh, Sirabane, the youngest of the eight.
Castiar, not bad, Castiar. Talula.
My time is precious.
Took up the call.
Always an honor to serve Somerset's finest. What do you...
Magic recovery with 448
mind. The all-flagged navy sail with Bendu-Olo at his side, slinging sword and spell. He beat back the tide, the coral kingdom fell. Oh, Sirabane, oh, Sirabane, ye myrrh of godly fate. Oh, Sirabane, oh, Sirabane, the youngest of the eight. Now, good Myrrh, remember well the tale of
Lamb shank, fan of Afghan food, gathered
dark times came
big
to
shower.
pass.
There you go, of course.
He knew to ask for aid. Oh, Sirabane.
Surplus Tyrtus Maximus by Frondard London. Thus on Tyrtus, faithful ones, do we consider these maxims of the master. The sword is the self, its edge is the mind. To shed the mantle of fear is cast upon men. Shouting to halt the sands, shifting only easier. Prepare to pay for victory and blood, do not withdraw. The victor's temple grasps his opponent and devours it. The 79th strike. The spear of the short fisherman sharpened at deadly. Live and die in every moment of battle. White Mother's Truth by Gaston Pelf. Although various works have been written on the subject, the book Morwin's Morocco and Tamriel's and widespread Dark Brotherhood, there remains confusion as to precisely when and how these two feared assassin guilds formed. Or more specifically, when and how the Dark Brotherhood split from the Morocco, as the former is widely accepted to have sprung from the latter. The largest point of contention seems to be the figure of Nightmare, a woman who figures prominently in organizations. Though extensive research and reviews, not inconsiderable risk to my own life, the Dark Brotherhood I have finally solved the age-old mystery. I have finally uncovered the Night Mother's truth. Ooh, interesting. Is this truth? Although her name has been lost to time, the Night Mother was once a mere mortal, a dark elf woman who lived in a small village once located over the city of Ryzen, in the imperial province of Cyrodiil. She was a respected member of the Morocco and, like her fellow members, this woman made her trade as an assassin in service of the Daedric Prince Mafala. In fact, the woman held the title of Night Mother, reserved for the highest ranking female member of the organization. To be Night Mother of a particular sect was to be that group's matron, a favorite of Mafala, both respected and feared. However, it was not Mafala who facilitated the transformation from woman to spectre, but another, some would say far deeper form of evil. Sithis, the Dread Lord, embodiment of the unending Lord. Following the Thermaltake's assassination, In the Second Era, 324, life descended on the Moroccan, and the guild was all but eradicated in Cyrodiil and much of the Empire. It was shortly after these events that the Dunmer woman claimed to hear the voice of Sithis himself. The Dread Lord, she claimed, was displeased. He was unhappy with the Moroccan's lack of success. The void, he told her, was hungry for souls, and it was her destiny to set things right. And so, according to Dark Brotherhood legend, Sithis visited the Night Mother in her bedchamber and beget her 5 children. 3 years passed before the unthinkable happened. The Dark Elf woman followed through with the Dread Lord's ultimate plan. One night, she murdered her children and sent their souls straight to the void, straight to their father. When they learned of this affront, the people of the village rallied against them. For such an act was considered incomprehensible even for a Night Mother of the Moroccan. One night, a vengeance, they descended upon the woman, killing her, and burning down the house in which the atrocity took place. That was the end of the story, so everyone thought. A little more than 30 years later, an unnamed man heard a strange, comforting voice inside his very head, just as the Dunmer woman claimed to hear the voice of Sithis inside hers. The voice identified herself as the Night Mother, and named the man Listener, first of many. And so the unholy matron sent her servant to his path. He would found a new organization, a guild of assassins known as the Dark Brotherhood, in service not to Mephala, but to the Dread Lord Sithis. The Moroccan would now survive only Morrowind was an artifact of the Forgotten Age. The Dark Brotherhood would marry, business would death, the organization would grow in wealth and power. The void would swell with fresh souls. It was the Night Mother told the Listener, perfect arrangement. In the early days of the Dark Brotherhood, the bodies of the Night Mother and her children were recovered from their original burial site and interred in a crypt beneath the site of her house. And there they remain even today. So, if in your travels you find yourself in the city of Brava and make a wish at the statue of the lucky old lady, as is the local custom, know that you stand on sacred, if evil, ground, for you stand above the Night Mother, the unholy matron herself. Your luck, that's just for now. Innkeeper. Despite my many protests, rascals continue to get outside my door. I know criminals when I see them. One of these ruffians, snot-nosed youth with shaggy red hair, seemed particularly set on spelling mischief. Take care of it, or I might have to take matters into my own hands. Oh dearest Jafama, you know that I wanna spend 3 lifetimes with you, but my pockets are bare. I've got nothing to spare, no money and holes in my shoes. But one day you know away we will go to a forest deep and green. We'll rest in the roots and eat blackberry fruit, just like the king and his queen. Like the Count Galador.
Listen round, I've a warning to sound about an overgrown weed. I mean to forebode, but this little ode is a lesson you best heed.
Black market purchases. Osdrew, 2 flasks of unprocessed moonshine. Glazed Scampier's paid for malt. He paid 1 keg of sheep's blood. Paid a meal onsen. Meal onsen. Alchemical syringes set of 5. Chemical syringes of sheets of extra put sheep blood in someone? Then dead car woke in snow soul.
Hell of a mess, but I digress. My story is about the swine.
Why?
What to brute in this land? Where seeds called man that sprung up like fungus from grime. Their lives may be short and lacking in hope, but keep an eye to their blundering. It's tempting to jest about this simple quest. That's until you've seen their blundering.
Psst, over here. I trust you were successful. My own inquiries were fruitful. I've learned where we must go next in this investigation. But wait, I'm getting ahead of myself. Did you manage to break Galador's wards? What did you find?
Well, yes, I did. Emil purchased a keg of sheep's blood and several alchemical syringes from Galador.
Honestly? What would Emil want with sheep's blood? And syringes? I'd suspect blood magic or chemical addiction if I didn't know Emil. Neither of those items are illegal. He must have bought them from Galador to keep the purchase a secret.
So what now?
I'll try to figure out what Emil wanted with these items. Meanwhile, I found the guard who arrested Emil, Millerant. I'm forbidden to speak to him, but you are not. The Sapiarchs moved Millerant to Lilandril's docks. Find out what he knows.
That's what the way shrine is. Huh. Guess I'll do 2 birds. 1 stone. Quick thing I look at. Who are you, queen? Barrage.
Though the waters off Lilandril have some of the best fishing in Somerset, the College of Sapiarchs holds exclusive rights to the area. It helps if your cousin's wife is younger sister to the Sapiarch of Oceanic Occurrences chambermaid.
Hello, Millerant.
Welcome to Lilandril. Just off the boat. Lots of sailors coming and going. Just don't forget to submit your shipping manifests to the harbor master. Unless there's something else you need.
Looking into Halidon's murder. Can you tell me what happened when you came back to the city?
Sad business, that. I was at my post when I saw Emil with a body slung over his shoulder. Once he reached the gate, he slid Halidon's corpse onto the ground and collapsed. He just knelt there sobbing, saying, "I killed him over and over."
How did he strike you? Coherent, remorseful?
He didn't seem mad, if that's what you're asking. But he wasn't lucid either. When it comes to murderers, I've met more than my fair share. So you can trust me when I say Emil's no murderer. He might have killed Halidon, but it wasn't on purpose.
Any idea where Emil and Halidon were prior to the murder?
Look, you need to promise me you'll keep this to yourself. Saltbreeze Cave is just south of here. Well-worn entrance, wizard's tools scattered about. I tried to tell the Sapiarchs about it, but your answers are in that cave. Guaranteed.
What do you know about this cave, this Saltbreeze Cave?
This business with Emil was just too odd. Once the Sapiarchs convicted him, I had to find the truth of it. I took my coursing hound, Othelus, down to the gate and had him follow Halidon's blood trail. It led right to the mouth of that cave.
You didn't go in?
No, Saltbreeze has a sour reputation. It used to be a popular haunt for the city youth to drink, sing, fornicate, that sort of thing. Then we lost a pair of lovebirds in a salamander attack. It's been abandoned ever since. At least we thought so.
He says the Sapiarchs refused to investigate.
Of course they did. They'd already declared Emil guilty of the murder. can't lose face over something like this. You got a confession, Milleron, just let it go. Humph. They're just anxious to be done with this whole affair.
You saw Paladin's body. What do you think happened?
That's the other thing. Haladan looked like he'd been thrown off a cliff. Legs broken, blood leaking out of his ears, collapsed ribcage. You tell me how a wiry Breton could do that to someone. Doesn't make a whit of sense.
With a powerful mage or maybe some kind of spell.
Unless he can conjure up a stone club the size of an ox yoke, I just can't imagine it. I'll tell you to examine the body yourself, but the Sapiarchs already burned it. Convenient.
Look at that endless stuff.
No, that won't do. The color must be vibrant.
What's up?
Finally, the courier. I expected you hours ago. You must acquire my materials at once. And don't think I'll compensate you for the rush, given you're the one who was late.
Not your courier. What's the job you're talking about?
Oh, well, I can hardly keep track of every face I hire. An artist's work is endless. I need colors. Rich, rare, vibrant. After all, this... Reagents, ingredients, naturally, of course. I require that you gather the supplies needed to make the vivid paint this masterwork requires. Just take this list. Oh, and this tea, of course. You'll need it to acquire the first item. Now hurry along.
I will regretfully try.
I really do need you to hurry along. Inspiration could strike me at any moment, and I simply must have the perfect colors when that time comes. Oh, of course, you're a fan. Well, I'm not surprised my popularity precedes me. I'm sure it's not every day that you meet an artist of my caliber. As long as it doesn't delay you for too long, you may ask me some questions.
Can you tell me about your life as an artist?
From what I gather, Summerset views its artists rather differently than the rest of Tamriel. It's one of the few ways to rise above your family's station and enter the world of the elite. This masterpiece shall be my final step.
Will we become a noble or something?
Oh, no. Being a renowned artist is a station all its own, and a highly respected one at that. From this generation forth, my descendants shall say my name with reverence. What more could one ask for?
These ingredients will help you achieve this.
I'm known for my art, yes, but I need something to set me apart. A painting that shall hang for centuries, worshipped by those who gaze upon it. To do so, I need breathtaking, resplendent colors, vivid, powerful, emotional.
Okay, more about the ingredients.
Hamelin's dye produces the most gorgeous teal you'll ever see. The Yokuden tea I've given you should be a good enough trade. Brodron's bug carcasses create grays with flashes of silver. He's already received payment, so just tell him my name. The Aurealis. Oh, such a glowing orange it produces. Beautiful enough to bring tears to your eyes. The flowers are rare, but I happen to know a hilltop where they still grow. I've marked all the locations for you in the note.
Thanks. But I guess I'll do these quests next time. Falling a bit asleep. Subscribe, comment below.